Hello, and welcome to what is probably the final episode of our Elden Ring playthrough, base game. I said, I think on the last episode, maybe the episode before that, that if these videos gain any sort of traction, I'll consider doing the DLC, but until that happens, fuck that noise. After our opening duel, there's one other thing that I want to take care of. Oh fuck yeah, dude. Ultra battle. Come on, Haruna. I love when it's an ultra battle and they kill me with a dagger. Real ultra of you. I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have. That's just me, though. Yeah, there's just something that's been bugging me about our look. And so, to that end, I'm just gonna progress a little questy line. I don't know why I got on my horse. Did I get comment to 0 already? I did. Just now.
Young apprentice, you are a tadpole when so, to now.
What's this sorcery, my apprentice?
The master is a stern judge. You make us, but we can speak more later.
So, I'm skipping through her dialogue, which I normally wouldn't do, but we're not here to learn about Selen.
If you recall, it was for it the tooth. I want.
We're here to get some drip.
Teacher, but hear me out. I need your help. Perhaps. Explain this, please. You must have. I need Master Luce and like my apprentice with this glint. I need him. He's now.
What's up, Yagat? Yaga? I missed. I'm bad. I have $348,612 in my pocket. I'm gonna hit this side of grace and then go spend that. Actually, honestly, I feel like I can do it in one. We're gonna flail it. This is like mid-game stuff. Talk about a pain in my ass. Ah. That wasn't very Founding Reign of Stars of you. I'm sorry, Stars of Ruin. Like a Thief in the Night, yeah. Luckily, I just did this like earlier tonight on a different character because I want to standardize my fashion. If we were a wizard, we'd be doing her questline like properly and paying attention to her as a character.
The form you see, my body imprisoned. Can you make the journey? I have something. Who could you have my? I am. This brings us a full step. The bodies. If only I. My apprentice. These areas, some my prime star, someone myself.
So we're gonna reach into her, take her primal glintstone out. I guess everyone has one. It's like part of your soul. Seemingly half alive, blood vessels are visible within. In essence, a primal glintstone is a sorcerer's soul. If transplanted into a compatible new body after their original body dies, the sorcerer will rise again. My apprentice. Do you think it distasteful?
This.
Okay. And this fucking guy killed her. I remember him from the Radon Festival. Alright. Now that we are looking right, it's time to take on... Why am I fucking... I'm sorry. I'm sorry for wasting so much time. Yeah, her legs are maxed out. Sorry, we're a jester. There we go. Now we look like a fucking clown. I mean, you know, clowns can come in all shapes and sizes, but being like a buff ass or a thick ass clown just doesn't feel right to me. I feel like for my self insert as a jester, like it's got to be lanky like me. It just has the sliders of like I based this character off of Dragon Guard Sarah, base wise. I used the preset for Dragon Guard Sarah, and Dragon Guard Sarah's buff, so I had to fix that. Alright, let's see if we can do without our physic. We'll be watching this cutscene.
It's been a long while, Morgoth.
Why are you so big?
Long and hard didst thou fight, tarnished warrior, spurned by the grace of gold. Be assured the Elden Ring resteth close at hand.
Damn, that is some roast broccoli.
Alas, I am returned. To be granted audience once more. Upon my name as Godfrey, the first Elden Lord.
So, like, just jump the attack, bro. And then I jump it, and he just fucking steps on me, and I get knocked back down to the fucking ground. I guess I should jump backwards or something. Oh wait, let me fix my physic. I could also eat some boiled prawn. Oh, dude, I went in there with $300,000 I didn't spend. Fuck. Big ol' crit. This is a dope ass cutscene.
That will be all. Thou didst me good service, Siraj.
That's something everybody's curious about. What the fuck is up with Siraj? Who's Siraj? Why is Siraj here? What does Siraj do?
I've given thee courtesy enough. Now I fight as Horalu. Warrior!
You know, honestly, in the interest of thinking that I'm not going to win this fight, ouch. Ouch. I think I lived. I didn't. $352,000. You know what? That's it. That's really all I can do. Well, there's one other thing I can do. Big ol' crit. I've already seen this cutscene. He commits a little bit of animal abuse. And then throws me up in the air. Pile drives me back to the ground, breaking my lock on, and then throws me up in the air. Pile drives me back into the ground, breaking my lock on. Ouch. What the fuck? I lived? Nope. Hey, Hora. Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna beat you with skill, not strength, because I'm not a strength build. I'm a dex build. But I'm mostly a faith build. But only by a little bit. So I guess I'm gonna beat you by believing in myself. Do I have Flaming Strike? I have Sacred Blade. Honestly, I think Flaming Strike Epee might be the move. Like, is it tournament legal? Absolutely fucking not. But it's about to get some work done. If I don't get it on this try, I'm taking a cigarette break. Honestly, regardless of if I get it after this try, I'm taking a cigarette break. Be like, Madeline, why don't you take a cigarette break before you stream? And I'll have you know, I started streaming first thing in the morning. Why couldn't I roll? Why couldn't I roll for it? Okay, cool, I picked up my fucking runes. Why couldn't I roll? Fucking cigarette time. Ugh. So I don't know if you noticed, but in the cutscene when we walked into the fight for the first time, Horalu was holding his son, Morgoth. And he was like, Morgoth, it's been a long time. Because, he went out for milk and never came back. After throwing his son in the fucking sewer. Probably America's idea. God forbid a woman have hobbies, but sometimes their hobbies are throwing their sons in the sewer. Sorry, I was rolling a cigarette. No, but in that cutscene, he's holding Morgoth, and then you can see the guidance of grace coming from him to my character. Since I'm streaming, it's him to us. Which I just think is interesting. Because it's like, Horalu is mentioned in the opening cutscene. It takes him this long to get into the lands between and become a playing character. Like a player in the game, The game for the Elden Ring. The Game of Throne, if you will. And it's revealed that he's Morgoth's dad. And people speculate that he's Nefelilu's dad, which is possible. I think he's an Empyrean, and I don't think he can give birth to a Tarnished. I think that Lu is just like a surname, But nonetheless, he's here for better or worse. We got really close killing him last time. I really think Flame Art Epee is the move. If I had gotten that crit, it might have gone different. God, cigarettes are so good. But yeah, he's got the guidance of grace in him. And some people have said that, like, his guidance of grace is sending him to us because it's to avenge his son. But no. I think it's far more likely that he's trying to reach the Elden ring and ascend the Elden throne. Getting off to a weak start. Big ol' crit. Ouch. Okay. 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 I was in the air, but okay. Missed me. First try.
Thy strength befits a crown.
We got the remembrance of Horolu. so much fucking money. We just made $300,000. I need to go invest that. And what to invest it in but upgrade materials. Wait, actually, Bellbearing Shop 2, Blackguards. Just max out our boiled prawn real quick. Purchase. Do that one more time. And then spend the rest on. Maybe I'll buy some of these. And then drop the rest on Sanctuary Stone. Now we're finally truly in the home stretch, because there's only one boss left. Thorns have been burned away by roasting the big broccoli. Eye warning, it's about to get very bright. This is not a great fight so far. GG. Okay. Run it back. At least now I can skip the cutscene. I'll drink my sip going in and then capitalize more readily on the opening of the fight. Do I have Alexander's chart? I don't think I do. Big old crit. Well, what the fuck? I think I need to run away from that. Really good start, though. Alright, run it back. Cutscene time. Well, that was cool. Now I gotta fight Radigan again. Whew. I pressed circle, but okay. I just didn't let go in time, I guess. Run it back. Missed the big old crit. Okay. Big ol' crit. Already saw the cutscene, so we're not going to watch it again. Get up behind him. Ah, waves of gold. Big old crit. Epic wog. Big ol' crit. That was an alien. And there's the Elden Remembrance. And 500,000 fucking dollars. And here's Marika's body. really good artwork in this next one. Oh, she didn't fade to white there. Oh, wait.
Lord of frenzied flame. I will seek you as far as you may travel. To deliver you what is yours. Destined death.
Now the credits. Yuichi Nomura. So, if you remember from the episode where we inherited the Frenzied Flame, Melina was like, I don't fuck with you anymore. If you become Elden Lord, I'm gonna kill you. She said that to us. And so when you take the Lord of Frenzied Flame ending, which is optional, you're not locked into it. Like, you're kind of locked into it. You have to do a side quest to cure yourself of Frenzy Flame influence in order to do a different ending. But she shows up at the end with a weird, like, Super Saiyan glow up. Her hair's different. Her eyes are glowing. She's like, I'm gonna find you, I'm gonna kill you. Which I think is pretty neat. What's even more neat than that is that cutscene doesn't happen if you burn her to roast the Brogli and then go inherit the Frenzied Flame. She doesn't know anything about it. She's dead. And then there's no one who can stop you. And I'd say that's truly the bad ending. Begin Journey 2? No. Remembrance of Horaloo. I can't read from over here. So I'm just going to keep it pulled up while I finish my cigarette break and talk more. Actually, let's go through all the remembrances and say like one key takeaway about each of them. So there's Estelle, natural born of the void, is like an alien who crashed into Earth a long time ago and is found underground. Lich Dragon Fortisax was a good friend of Godwyn the Golded before he became Prince of Death and fought against his death blight, only to be corrupted by it and become a Lich Dragon. The Fire Giant was cursed by Marika to guard the Giant's Flame. I forget what it's called, the Flame of Ruin. Which I don't think we read his items, so I guess we'll do that here in a minute. But he's like the last guardian against the Flame of Ruin, or against Tarnish reaching the Flame of Ruin. Godric the Grafted is a pathetic whelp who takes body parts from other people to make himself more dangerous. Renala, Queen of the Full Moon, went crazy after her husband Radagon left her. We just killed him, so justice for Renala. Rykard the Blasphemous fed himself to a giant serpent, so that way he could, like, eat people and become one great big family. In an effort to spurn the Erd Tree. Starscourge Radon was a prodigy in his time of the battlefield of gravitational sorcery and used his power and his might to halt the stars to prevent fate from pursuing or from proceeding. Also widely acclaimed as an animal lover, but the kind of animal lover who like dogfights. Like, what the fuck, man? Morgoth, the Omen King, has mommy issues. Moog, Lord of Blood, has mommy issues and kidnapped his brother, his half-brother, to force him to become his king consort. Melania, goddess of rot, was cursed with a rotting sickness alongside her brother Mikola, who was abducted by Moog. And if you say that Ansbach says that Moog beat the allegations, I need you to ask yourself, who's more trustworthy? Ansbach, Moog's homie, the serial killer, or the item description that says that Mikola had nothing to do with him? It's going to be the item description every time. Malekith the Black Blade was a baleful shadow in service of Marika, who was instructed to keep and guard Destined Death. Don't know a lot about Destined Death, but apparently it is reserved for the Lord of Madness. Horaloo, we just got this one. When Godfrey, first Elden Lord, was robbed of his grace, becoming tarnished, he took with him his kinfolk and left the lands between. After the long march of the Tarnished came to an end, Godfrey divested himself of kingship, becoming a simple warrior once more. Dragonlord Placidusax is found beyond time, waiting correspondence from his god. And then the Elden Beast. It was the vassal beast of the greater will and living incarnation of the concept of order. And then we have some item descriptions. Giant's Red Braid. Every giant is red of hair, and Radigan was said to have despised his own red locks. Perhaps that was a curse of their kind. So Radigan is somehow related to giants. And then Burno Flame. Fire giants borrowed from the power of a fell god, and still they were defeated. Yet their failure released them from their solitary curse to serve as keepers of the flame for eternity. Except for one of them. Until we got there. So I guess ultimately they were all set free. Axe of Godfrey. Weapon of Godfrey, Elden Lord. It was broken in a battle fought as leader of the Tarnished during the Long March. This weapon is symbolic of Godfrey's vow to conduct himself as a lord, later becoming an emblem of the Golden Lineage. In the days of the past, a crown was warranted with strength. And Horolu's Earthshaker. It's a weapon art, so it doesn't have any lore. And then Marika's Hammer, a stone hammer made in the lands of the Newman outside the lands between. The tool with which Queen Marika shattered the Elden Ring, and Radigan attempted to repair it. The hammer partially broke upon shattering the ring, becoming splintered with rune fragments. And then Sacred Relic Sword. Sword are the remains of a god who should have lived a life eternal. Thoughts on what the weapon portends are many and varied. Some consider it the mark of a great sin or a sign of great devastation. Some think it is the end of an age, while others the beginning. Interesting. We are a Dex Faith build. This is a Dex Faith weapon. We will be using this sword. Now let's go do our closing duel, and that concludes our playthrough. Matchmaking failed. Okay. Couple of medium poised boys. Ooh, 11-17. Giant Hunt. And we finally won one. Final playtime, 23 hours and 5 minutes. Hopefully y'all enjoyed seeing Elden Ring being played and the makings of a level 125 build. Until next time, y'all have a good day. Be safe.